as you'll notice, I'm sporting the hat from Metallica's Through the Never. Some people are calling it a flop. I'm not ready to throw my cards on the table with that regard. I mean, yeah, I guess it's only brought in something like $3 million in its first 3 weeks, off of a budget that allegedly was $18 million. But I think those numbers are a little skewed, as they're, if I'm not mistaken, just American numbers, and they've been showing it over in Europe. On top of that, I don't think they're looking at the money shot being the theaters. I think they're looking at it for DVD and Blu-ray and whatnot. So I suspect that Metallica will be just fine in reaping back their, recovering from this potential fallout. But the real thing I want to talk about Metallica today is Lars making the announcement this week that a couple years ago, himself, the guys from U2 and Green Day were all getting drunk in San Fran and thought, we should go out on a mega tour together. I've seen U2 and I've seen Metallica. I've never seen Green Day, so I don't really know how this would lay out. Green Day opening for U2 or Metallica, I can see, but all three of them, I don't know. I've heard some diehard Metallica fans saying they'd be all over it because it's Metallica. I've heard other people say, I hope that plane crashes, which I think is a little overkill, but I guess we'll see what happens with all that. And this week, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame nominees for 2014 were announced. It's on this beautiful sheet of paper right here. They are as follows: the Paul Butterfield Blues Band, Chick, Deep Purple, Peter Gabriel, Hall & Oates, Kiss, LL Cool J, The Meters, Nirvana, NWA, The Replacements, Linda Ronstadt, Cat Stevens, Link Ray, Yes, and The Zombies. A lot of people obviously are saying Kiss, without a doubt. Some are questioning the call for Nirvana. NWA, even more like, how do they fit in this whole thing? Hall & Oates, so we'll see. I don't know, the Hall of Fame obviously has a lot of people on both sides of the fence on it, but I think it is neat to represent or at least recognize some of those artists that are out there. Well, as I've told you guys before, Lost Prophets, no longer a band. Their frontman, Ian Watkins, going to go to trial for allegedly raping a child twice, and there's also like 22 other charges against him. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, the police just discovered a bunch of bestiality porn on his computer. So, needless to say, this is a very f***ed up ordeal. So f***ed up that the judge in it has said that those jurors that have to sit on this trial, we need to make certain that they have the proper channels for therapy afterwards. You know this is going to be a very bizarre, no matter how this ends, it's going to be a very bizarre situation when you have a judge saying that people are going to have therapy after witnessing what they're going to witness in this trial. And to close out your weekly rock wind-up, we'll talk about some new music action. As you know, A Perfect Circle going to be putting out a best of a situation in November. They dropped Buyin' Down, the new single, first one in something like 5 years. It's pretty sexy. Also, Social Distortion covering Creedence Clearwater Revival, which I thought was pretty interesting. And Motorhead streaming its new album, Aftershock, in its entirety online. So in the world of rock and roll, a lot of stuff happening, and just keep your ears out there. And as I find out any music that's coming out, I'll make sure to fill you in on it. I'm Niven. Thank you very much for tuning into your weekly rock wind-up. For those of you coming out to Freakers Ball, I will see you there. Have a good weekend.
Peace.